What is up, POW fam? And my name is Paul Emanuel Baradas, aka Paul POW, and welcome to our Pawn POW vlog. Yeah, it's just you can see the screen and everything. By surprise, you may be wondering why am I making this video in an unexpected schedule and everything. Because I was waking up at the morning of July 11, just finding a normal day, just having a normal day, when suddenly a friend of mine, just mentioned me, just tagged me, a chess match. Which, yeah, it's a chess match by a VTuber, which is, yeah, VTuber. His, her, their name is called Filian, I think. And by surprise, I didn't expect that their opponent is Manny Pacquiao. Wow, I'm just surprised that Manny Pacquiao is battling Filian in a game of chess. So right here in the board is their game. Manny Pacquiao is playing as white on their chess.com match. So let's see, how did they went on? I mean, that was crazy. I was like waking up and yeah. Alright, so let's find out what was it. How does it goes? So let's begin. So Manny Pacquiao opens the game with e4, and then Filian continues with e6, which is a French defense opening, and then knight f3, and then d6. Okay, kind of interesting to do with this right over here, but I think if I go knight f3 and then I can push the pawn to d5 for e5, I could recommend that to Filian to go with d5, and then if I don't know if e5 could work, but wait, if it's knight f3, I can also go for d4 and then d5, but I think d5 could work if he takes this one. I guess he can move the bishop right over here and then c6 and then bishop a4 for Pacquiao. But for d6, Manny Pacquiao continues with d4 and then knight to e7, which is bad because of the development. There's not much development right over here. So instead, they should have gone knight f6 to kind of like open this, and then at the same time attacking this pawn right over here. So I guess you can just go for knight c3 by response after when it's knight f6 or maybe e5, but who knows. Okay, and then knight e7, bishop e2, just continuing the development for Pacquiao. And then knight g6, pawn to c4, knight to d7, another one, like it's blocking. He could have gone like knight f6 right over here. Knight c6 rather, knight c6, and then probably either a development for Pacquiao and maybe a castle. Whoops. You can just go for a castle, like put the bishop or knight in the development, or he can just like castle. But knight d7 was the move, and then knight c3 just continues the development, but these bishops are getting absolutely blocked by these pawns by Filian. And it goes with knight b6, b3, bishop e7. They both castled, of course. I mean, it's kind of like good for this bishop to prepare the attack on the d8 to h4 diagonal. It could be. But then Pacquiao continues with bishop b2, bishop d7, d5, e takes, knight takes, bishop f6. Wait, bishop f6, I could say this is a mistake. Because of course, if he takes this, of course the match goes on with bishop takes f6. But Filian cannot take this one because check and lose a queen. So instead, I think this was a mistake for Filian of bishop f6. I can say that they can just take this knight takes d5 and then probably Pacquiao goes to e takes d5. But the problem is this right now. So she can now they can now bishop goes to f6, and then if they take it, queen takes, and this is gonna be safe. All right. So yeah, knight takes d5 was the move, and then yeah, knight to f. He just knight. The only good move is knight takes d5, but here I can say just leave this one out, but it's a good thing as well to get this one open right over here and this one. So for the knight square bishop, it can be open, but bishop f6 is a bad idea. I would say this is a bad idea because it's attacking it and the knight is protected. He can just go for knight takes f6 to take this one alternatively, but of course, yeah. Now with this g takes f6, this king is now kind of exposed. With this knight going to move eventually, it's exposed by the king. Alright, we continue the game with g3, c6, knight takes b6, and then queen takes b6, which is fine for it. But, yeah. This is a bad position now for Filian. Queen takes d6 was the next move. Well, in that... Oh, wait a second. c6 leaves this pawn hanging. So that was like a bad one. I mean, not a bad one, but like kind of like not good. With this, she can just like take this one. Knight takes d5 could have been the good move, and the next move could be e takes d5. That would be kind of fine. Okay. Sorry. So takes, and then queen takes d6, and then bishop to h3, attacking the rook, of course. And then Pacquiao just like moves it away. And then rook a d8. Ooh, that stings. The only thing I can say is I can recommend is king g7 and I guess queen to d4 to threaten this queen and possibly for a double pawn with exchanges with this and this with queen takes b6 and then a takes b6. Rook a d8 was the next move, and then queen takes f6. It is absolutely dangerous now for Filian's king. Without this king g7, the only good move for it is not rook a d8. It's a bad one. I mean, yeah, it's orange. King g7 would have been a good one. And then after this, queen takes f6, exchanges the rook, bishop e6, knight to g5, rook to d8. Oh, this is so bad. This is... Yeah, it's... Oh, look at this. It's so red. What can be the possibly good move right over here? I think she can just go like queen a5 or queen c5. Yeah, that would be a good moves. But with this rook d8, it's absolutely cooked. Like, I mean, takes this one, does the actual game, and then knight takes e6. It's a double pin. There's no choice. Now the only thing is to take it back. But instead, queen takes d8 for Filian. Losing the queen. So with this knight takes d8, instead of queen takes d8, that would be interesting, but yeah. So with this knight takes d8 by Pacquiao, this pawn is officially under attack, and it's no good now for Filian. And then with b5, queen takes, king h8, and then queen takes f8, the game is over, and Manny Pacquiao wins the match by checkmate. So let's find out what turned it out. It could have been like, I can say that his queen is ready to take over the board with his queen takes d6 capture, and then bishop h3, rook fd1, and yeah, the only thing she can do is queen to d8 to protect this f6 pawn. So the only good one is either Pacquiao goes to give it, like put it back here, and then what could possibly, she can just go queen to e7, and if he wants to take it, yep, there could be. But seriously, I mean, taking is good, e takes d5 is good, but knight to d5, and then the only thing that just makes it a bit safe is to take it back, of course, to push this to e takes d5 and then defend it, or alternatively f6, but that's also gonna be bad. This could be a bad bishop, so that could be bishop f6. That's the only one, and then takes it back. That could have been fine for it, and it could be like much longer game that we will see. Oh wow. But yeah, in the end, Manny Pacquiao wins the match, wins a game of chess against a VTuber, Filian. And yeah, I've never heard Filian before, so yeah, it's a great start for her anyway. Alright, that should be it for me, POW fam. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to subscribe and follow all of our socials on Twitch, X, Instagram, Threads, Facebook, and Blue Sky. But that's it for me. This has been Paul Emmanuel Haberadas, aka Paul Pao, Arena FIDE Master. Yes, that's a chess title. You can achieve that online. That's Arena FIDE Master. I'm an Arena FIDE Master. Again, this has been Paul Emmanuel Haberadas, aka Paul Pao, Arena FIDE Master, and 7-time Wheeler of the Week, saying goodbye.